Very good evening to those of you who are in Malaysia. Selamat malam, those of you who are also in Malaysia. Good morning, good afternoon, good day to those of you from everywhere or every part of the world who's joining us for this Phytoscience International Talk. I'm Dr. Mohan. I'm joining this international talk to build the product knowledge of all phytoscience member, be you a new member, new prospect, leaders, senior members, so on and so forth. All right. Okay. So I'm from University Malaya. I'm officially a partner with Phytoscience. I am a product consumer. I advocate this product strongly to everybody as well. Okay. Now, in my last talk, we spoke about crystal cell. I hope you do remember a few bits of it, but if you can't, don't worry. You have the slides, you can watch them or you can actually go through them again. Now, today, I'm going to tell you about something that is going to work while you are sleeping. So the title is actually Snowphyll. Let me put my pointer. Okay. Mugilan, do you hear me clearly, Mugilan?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Clear,
Alright.
clear.
Okay. So today's title is about the product Snowphyllforte, and it's about this Sleeping Beauty, unlocking regeneration and anti-aging as you sleep. This product here that you see is something that is underrated by phytoscience and everyone else. Because if I tell scientists between crystal cell and Snowphyllforte, because of the science, the scientists will pick the Snowphyllforte first. And I'm going to tell you why. And imagine while you're sleeping, the body is increasing detoxification, is reducing your cellular stress. That means the oxidative stress that is produced in your cells. It is helping you produce blood, increasing collagen booster for your skin health, and ultimately doing DNA repair and anti-aging genes. Now, the products out there can either do one of these, or one of these. But today, Phytoscience, through Mibel Biochemistry in Switzerland, has actually created a sleeping beauty powder that can help anti-aging and health. Now, if I say while you sleep, what is inside this product can actually do what you see in my screen here, from detoxification, reducing cellular stress, increasing blood heme synthesis and blood production, collagen booster, and DNA repair. Don't you want to take it? Now, what you have here is a miracle snow algae powder, which I will be taking through the science of it so that you understand how and when to take this product, how to talk about the product, and first of all, benefit yourself as well. All right. Now, you can ask me questions about it at the end of the day. Those of you who already have this product, then well done. If you haven't, please, you've got to get your hands on this. Now, this is a miracle anti-aging powder. All right. We're going to talk about this in a bit. Now, in today's discovery session, you're going to cover 10 parts with me. Don't worry, it looks a lot, but I will cover it very short in layman terms as much as possible. And I will take you through the key points that you got to know so that you understand the product, you know how to relate this message to the rest as well. Okay, so from what if you could slow down aging right up to the standout combination, right? Now, Snowphyllforte contains something called snow algae that is actually produced by Mibel Biochemistry through Dr. Fred Zulli and his partner, Dr. Jonathan Heffel. Right now, as much as crystal cell, new feed and new fame has been very, very popular because of the strength or the potent of the product. One ingredient that we all cannot skip is actually carrying out a liver detoxification and also reducing the aging. And the best is to do it when you are asleep. All right. So this product here, after my talk, if you think about the science and if you think about how you're going to use it, it's going to be something that you're going to incorporate every time in your routine. Right. Now, let me go to the next one. Okay, what is snow algae? If you look at the box here, Snowphyllforte, and they say snow algae. So Snowphyllforte actually contains snow algae chlorophyll. And this is a unique algae from the Swiss mountain, if you look at this here. So that's why they are this red and pink color, right? I'll explain why the red and pink color in a bit. But first of all, what are the species? Chlamydomonas nivalis. This is the species. If some of you are doctors out there, some of you are scientists out there, then you know the species, right? Now, they are single cell algae or algae, the way you pronounce it in your country, algae or algae, with the unique ability to actively live in temperatures about 0 degrees. So we're talking about a species of algae or algae that lives at very, very extreme temperatures of, snow, freezing temperatures, right? And they can change from red to green color. They can actually fight environmental stress. So they, because of where they live and the environmental stress, the species have adapted to have pigment changes. They can produce stress modifiers, and also they can produce a lot of molecules that can actually help to help the species survive. All right. So because of that, scientists have actually tried to isolate these algae and try to grow them up in big numbers like you see here, right? First, let me show you what happens in terms of green and red, okay? Now, if you see the picture on the left, the green color is when the species is growing in favorable condition or favorable temperature. So they produce the chlorophyll pigment. They produce the chlorophyll pigment. Now, when the temperature is not favorable, like extreme cool weathers and so, they can actually produce carotenoids, another pigment that is an antioxidant that can help a lot of body, and then they become pink or red in color. So this is the reason why snow algae, when you refer, is actually pink in color, or is actually, people call it the watermelon algae, right? So they can flip between two colors in different seasons. They can start from red, move to green, and then go back to red, right? This is how it occurs in nature if you see this picture here, right? Now, for those who just joined me, I'm talking about Snowphyllforte. And in Snowphyllforte, there's actually snow algae or snow algae that is the main star ingredient in this product, right? Now, like I said again, they can change from red to green. Now, but what does it matter to us? So it changed from green to red. It can stand in extreme temperatures. So what does it mean to us? So because of the benefit of these species that can adapt to very extreme condition, Mibal biochemistry scientists found a link between the product and your health benefits. So what they did is they isolated this product from this Alps mountain. They isolate the algae. They isolate the whole thing. All right. Once they isolate, they actually grow them. They bioengineer them in a bioreactor. So if you see here, these are the bioreactors. They're produced in these reactors. So they isolate the snow algae from the nature. Then they cultivate them in liquid media. They're growing it in big numbers in a very special bioreactor. Now, if I take and grow it traditionally and try to culture them big, you're not going to get the most potent ability for it to carry out the function. Here, these are very specialized bioreactor in a patented technology that are created to culture the snow algae in big numbers, right? Now, pay attention to what I'm going to tell you next. First, they cultivate or grow them in favorable condition. That's why they call the green phase. Now, so in this green phase, you're getting a lot of the chlorophylls. You're getting a lot of the chlorophylls to be produced by the species algae, the snow algae. And then they move it to cultivation in an unfavorable condition. And this is where it changed into the red phase. And this red phase is then in turn producing for you another kind of pigment called carotenoid. Now, once this is done, they harvest the biomass of these algae. And when they harvest this algae, they freeze dry it and make it what is known as the snow algae powder that you find in your snowfield. Right? Now, in simple, if someone asks you what is found inside a Snowphyllforte, right? So you got the snow algae powder. Where does this snow algae powder comes from? Comes from the Alps mountain of Switzerland and is bioengineered in bioreactors in Mibel biochemistry plant. And from there, they take and put them into Snowphyllforte. So snow algae powder contains chlorophyll. Snowphyllforte contains snow algae powder, chlorophyll, mulberry leaf extracts. They also have wheatgrass. Both of them are potent antioxidant. Lemon extract powder for flavor and also antioxidant. and you got something called isomalt. Isomalt is a sugar, but it's not a sugar that will stimulate or trigger the glucose production or insulin. It is something that does not. It's like a sugar-free component there, right? This is a naturally occurring sugar in your snow algae that is put together. Okay, now, so it's very important to understand what is inside your snowfield product. So when you explain, you can explain well. Now, one question that I always get is this spirulina? Is this spirulina? Now, you must understand, this is not spirulina. Now, spirulina contains also chlorophyll. They also contain every other thing. And spirulina comes from a different species. All right, and they have different functions. So if your client and customer, or even yourself, you're taking spirulina and you're taking snow algae, you can actually take both. And you should tell the clients that go ahead and take both. And it's not the same product, because snow algae, through its chlorophyll and itself, has different effects and different functions in your body. All right, very important. Let me repeat again. We have from snow algae, chlorophyll, mulberry leaf extracts, wheatgrass, lemon extract powder, and isomalt, which is a natural occurring sugar. Now, from here onwards, I'm going to get a little sciencey. I'm going to get a bit more science to you. I'm going to make it as layman terms as possible. So try to follow me with 100% focus here, okay? Now, what does the science say? Now, you got to trust me. If I took crystal cell and I took Snowphyllforte and spoke to it to scientists like me, the scientists will first pick snow algae. There's a reason for it. Because crystal cell is a strong product and sometimes can be found by other competitors. But this is something that we don't have, and we are trying to use the Snowphyllforte to increase detoxification, reduce the oxidative stress, help with the production of blood, help with the skin health or collagen booster, and then ultimately DNA repair and anti-aging genes. Now, think about when you talk about Snowphyllforte, what do you talk about? Okay, I'm here as a scientist here today to give you the science behind the product, so it can help you to, number one, benefit from the product itself by you taking it and also sharing the good product to the others. Okay, now, this is something very science, but try to follow me step by step. Now, you've heard this quite common thing here now that people are mostly doing. It's called intermittent fasting. I'm sure you've heard about it. It means that you go off eating for about 16 hours, 12 hours, so on and so forth. Now, the reason intermittent fasting is so famous, or fasting in simple terms are so famous, is because you're trying to put your body in calorie restriction. Here, very important. Now, so all Phytoscience member, if you can start to go into calorie restriction, you will see a lot of health benefits. And how do you do this? Stop eating latest by 8:30 to start off first, right? Nothing else after 8:30, right? Now, when you do that, you actually go into calorie restriction, number one. Or if you're a man and you're very active, you need 2,000 or 2,500 calories, reduce the calorie by 25%, reduce the calorie by 35%. So technically, you're eating lesser. For females, if your calorie is 2,000, still reduce them to 1,005. Now, when you reduce them or eat your latest meal by 8:30, then you go into calorie restriction. Now, calorie restriction, I'm not talking about snowfield. I'm not talking about snowfield. Okay, calorie restriction is an anti-aging strategy. You will have benefits of not only losing weight and feeling more healthy, but it actually stimulates the genes involved in anti-aging, right? And how they do, I'm just going to go very simple. Here, they activate something called the clotogene. Very, very important. Now, the clotogene, after my talk, if it's still early in your country, Google up this gene, and it actually means an anti-aging gene. If you can stimulate the clotogene in your body, you are going to stimulate anti-aging in your body. So now imagine, if you do calorie restriction, you're not eating so much, you're eating the last meal by 8:30 in the night, you are going to actually stimulate this clotogene. Now, when you go into calorie restriction here, you're going to stimulate the clotogene. You are also going to increase something called AMPK. Now, I know this is science term, but keep some science term into them. Google them. These days, you got chat GPTs, you got your AI tools, you got Google. Now, these two genes, cloto expression of AMPK that goes up, will then activate something called FOXO. This is a transcription factor. Now, this controls DNA repair gene, controls ROS detoxification, and then ultimately longevity. So, now remember, we are not talking about Snowphyllforte. We are talking about calorie restriction. Now, so you can ask me, okay, why is this doctor today talking about calorie restriction? Right? Calorie restriction is a very, very good model. Please, if you haven't started on it, please do. However, what scientists in mineral biochemistry has found is this. But before that, I'm going to repeat again. What does calorie restriction do here? They express the clotogene, they increase something called AMPK, in turn activates the FOXO gene, and the FOXO gene then activates DNA repair, detoxification, and then anti-aging. This is when I eat my last meal by 8:30. I'm eating a very low calorie diet or lesser than my usual calorie, but still maintaining my minerals, crystal cell, and protein, right? Now, what this clotogene does is, it has an anti-aging function. So it makes a special protein called clotoprotein that helps your body stay younger and healthier at the cellular level. So basically, if you manage to stimulate the clotogene, cloto, by the way, is from a Greek name. It's a Greek god that actually controls aging. You can slow down aging, protects your cells from damage, and keep them working properly for longer, right? Now, if you can also stimulate the clotogene, it supports the brain health, heart, and kidney health. Helps your organ function better and also reduce risk of diseases. Now, most importantly, it fights inflammation, oxidative stress, what we call as the rusting of your organs of body caused by pollution, stress, and aging. All right. So that's why they always have a link to the aging, pollution, stress as well. All right. Now, and ultimately, it boosts your skin health by stimulating collagen to stay firm, smooth, and hydrated. So this clotogene is very, very important. Now, once again, I'm talking about calorie restriction. I'm talking about not eating more than 8:30. I'm talking about eating very, very less carbs and so on. Now, what is the link with Snowphyllforte? Now, this is your question. Now, how Snowphyllforte works. The next line I'm going to tell you is going to shock you. And this is backed by science, by the top scientists in biochemistry, mineral biochemistry. Now, what they have found is Snowphyllforte, when you take it at night as your last drink, say about 9:30 in the night, can carry out and mirrors or mimics, copies this effect. Now, this is your secret. It actually copies, it actually expresses the clotogene, increases the AMPK, sorry, activates the FOXO, and then so on, DNA repair, detoxification, and anti-aging. So technically, what scientists found is snow algae in Snowphyllforte can actually mimic or copy. In science, it's called mimetic, the calorie restriction in your body, right? So the snow algae from this species has shown to stimulate the expression of clotogene, scientific proven, activate AMK, and also your cellular energy. So basically, the combined effects of cloto and AMK contributes to anti-aging, including improved skin texture, reduced aging, and increased collagen production. Right? Now, let me repeat this. Earlier, I spoke about this, where you reduce your calorie intake. But what Snowphyllforte and snow algae does is they copy this mechanism. So even if you cannot straight away reduce your calorie intake, or if you eat later, if you start by taking Snowphyllforte, Snowphyllforte is actually mimicking or mirroring the effect of calorie restriction. So, wow. Did you know that? Can you believe what I'm telling you? This is science. So now, if I take this product at 9:30 in the night, one sachet, I put it in, and that can actually mimic calorie restriction. Don't you want to take it? Now, this is science I'm telling you, not selling a product, right? That's why I told you, scientists, when I give them this product, they're all very, very happy with it because they know what they are stimulating while they are asleep. All right. Now, to explain even further, Snowphyllforte has chlorophyll effects. So this chlorophyll effect can improve oxygenation. That means they increase the oxygen availability in the body. They can support red blood cell production because they have this something called chlorophyllene, which helps the stimulate blood formation. All right. Now, this research, however, needs to be increased, but some suggest that they can do it. They're also rich in magnesium, which is the important part of heme synthesis. Now, they have something called alkalizing effect that helps the optimal red blood cell function and reduce inflammation. Most importantly, chlorophyll effect together with spirulina is also very famous is they do detox and liver support. They can actually enhance blood health, filter the liver. Chlorophyll actually blinds the toxin and help to eliminate them. So essentially, you're helping your blood production. You are helping to clear the toxins from your body. You are also reducing oxidative stress, right? So very, very important. First of all, I told about snow algae doing this, already activating your anti-aging genes. Second, they're doing all of this function from blood, available oxygen, increasing detoxification and liver support. All right. Now, again, let's make it shorter for you. If someone asks you what is the benefits of Snowphyllforte, here, mimic calorie restriction. How do you explain them to people? Now, imagine if you go into calorie restriction, you eat very less food, you eat your last minute 8:30 for a long period, then you get the effect of stimulating the anti-aging genes. But here, Snowphyllforte does that for you. Well, I'm not telling you to eat whatever you want. No, get to that point that you're actually eating lesser, eating healthier. But this is a good start. So what do they do, Snowphyllforte? They increase the expression of clotogene. Please, in front of your client, Google up clotogene for them. Show them what is clotogene. If not one of you now, you can do it. They increase something called AMPK. They reduce the aging process. They carry out liver detox. They improve the oxygen availability to your cell, support red blood production, and ultimately, you have mulberry extract there. You got wheatgrass. They can carry out antioxidant. All right, very important concept. Now, there is this very good synergistic effect that we always promote. Take crystal cell in the morning, take Snowphyllforte in the night. Now, why? Snowphyllforte carries out what I told you just now, all of this. Now, imagine when you are asleep, the whole 6 to 8 hours that you asleep, you're carrying out all of this. Now your blood is ready, your cell is ready, and in the morning, you take a very strong, potent supplement or micronutrient supplement from food that can actually give your cell the booster. Instead, if you don't do this in the night, when you wake up in the morning, your body is still sluggish. Your body is still not 100%. So that's why we say there's a good synergistic effect. Try to take your Snowphyllforte at night as your last drink, and then start to take your crystal cell during the day, if possible. Now, of course, some people has different shift work. Sometimes Snowphyllforte works for them in the evening. It's all okay. It's not a problem. You can see how it works. Ideally, if you look at the scientific model, then you're trying to promote them at night. Okay. Now, recommended intake of crystal cell Snowphyll. Healthy individual, you got one sachet in the afternoon or night, if you can say this. Non-critical health, I say afternoon onwards, right? Afternoon onwards. Critical disease got 2 sachets and 1 sachet in the morning, 1 sachet in the afternoon. Afternoon, you can always hear as night. Now, if you can incorporate crystal cell Snowphyllforte into your thing, then you're getting the best synergistic effect of ultimate metabolic cell performance. So that's what you're trying to create here. Okay. Now, these two product combination is actually a standout in the wellness industry. When you put these two products together, you got a combination or a good start for someone to feel the health benefits, make sure they live healthier and longer, they live well, and also then what they can do is they can focus in their life. They can increase the quality of their life. They can increase their performance in business or work or their family time, that whatever they need to do. So these two products put together is a really, really good combination. And it's not only that is only the products that is a standout in the whole wellness industry. Everyone is blown away by the science that is behind these two products. If you can put these two products together, then you're getting the best synergistic effect for your cell metabolism. Right? Now, I always finish this with this slide. So I can tell you a million things, but it's still in your hands. The opportunity to reboot your health and to live a meaningful life is in your hands, and it's about you. Take that step. If you don't have crystal cell, at least take this in the night first. See how you feel. Do not skip for the first 7 days, and then you see how it goes. Now, always imagine this. Think about your night sleep and think about if Snowphyllforte can help you to reduce your aging, increase your detoxification, clean up your blood, increase the production of red blood cell, and give you a potent antioxidant for your night sleep so that you can do repair, regeneration, and be ready in the morning for you to fight life. Imagine having that, and still your move. See what you can do. All right. From that, I'm going to stop here. Thank you very much. I'm again Dr. Mohan from